Maura, thank you so much for joining us today on this gasworld webinar, and unbelievably, your debut on our webinars. It is, yes.
Wow.
To get things underway today, please could you set the scene and give us an overview of the current state of the dry ice industry when it comes to supply and demand?
Okay, sure. Well, first, thank you, Rob and Tom, for inviting me to participate in your webinar. Well, demand drives the supply of dry ice, and over the past 5 years, dry ice demand has probably grown about 5% annually to reach about 4,600 tons a day. To put that in pounds, a lot of people deal in pounds. That's 9.2 million pounds per day, and it's also about 1.25 million tons per year. The main driver of this growth was dry ice blast cleaning and the use in medical and food transport. We can assume that dry ice supply equals demand, although there are losses in transport and usage because dry ice sublimates over time. And about 10 years ago, demand was closer to 3,500 tons a day. Now, in terms of current dry ice production share by company, my estimates show that Continental Carbonic, which is Matheson, has about a 29% share. That's the largest. Airgas has a 25% share. Linde, about 15%. Reliant, 8%. And then we have an other category, which is industrial gas distributors and then dry ice only companies. And that's actually a share of 23%. 10 years ago, that share of other was under 10%. And the major industrial gas companies really dominated the dry ice business. But over the past, say, 5 to 8 years, many industrial gas distributors have seen the profitability of dry ice and have purchased pelletizers to enter the space. This was driven by industrial gas distributors not wanting to purchase from the majors for redistribution, but to control their own supply, as well as to obtain higher margins by producing their own dry ice. It also assisted them during the well-known times of shortage where they were allocated and couldn't get enough dry ice to serve their customers. There are also several industrial gas distributors and one dry ice only company that have gone in really big on dry ice and have reformers to produce larger volumes like the major industrial gas companies. And you saw that in the intro ad of Sutton Garden for Tomco Systems. This is primarily because dry ice blasting, that space grew by 5, maybe 10% over the last 5 years. One of those companies, Emery Dry Ice, started off as just a dry ice blast cleaning company, but now controls their own supply while also selling it to the market. So this shows you, how much, why this other category has grown so much. Over the same period, supply of CO2, though, used to make dry ice, has only grown about 0.5% per year. And this is because while 18 CO2 plants have opened, a large number of CO2 plants have closed during that time. This is an issue for dry ice and the CO2 markets going forward.